Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Connie. I want to welcome everybody back to my channel. I do want to thank everybody for your patience. I apologize. My move took a lot longer than anticipated, more getting settled. I had to have some help unpacking, and so I didn't know where everything was and what I could pack. I was trying to get rearranged, and so it's been a long process, and I will just share a quick update before we get involved in this little Gopher card we're going to put together today. I hope to be doing more videos. It might be sporadic for the next month or so. I don't know what's going to be happening. As of March 1st, we were just told that the location of the company that I work for is closing. So I will be out of a job as of March 31st, and we'll be dealing with that some too. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but everything always works out, so I'm just trying to stay calm, and I've just been crafting to keep my mind off of things as much as I can. So, we have a little bit of an update, and we're going to jump in. I'm not going to zoom out for this card, but I had some comments asking me how I put this Gopher with card together. This design is from Mary Ann Designs. It is the Spring Gophers, I think it's called. Anyway, I'm doing a little bit different version of this card. We'll still have the Gopher. The watering can, you can figure out, you can get that. I will show you how to put one of the tulips together. I did cut that out because that's not going to be on the other card I'm sharing. Just wanted to let you know this picket fence that is a die that I cut from, and it is from Cottage Cuts dies. So that's the only difference. That's not part of it. And then the grass piece is all part of the design, and then you get lots of extra leaves for the tulips. The grass here is cut from a different color, I think you can see, than the tulip leaves, and I'm not sure what color I used. I think I used the same color for the tulips, but I'm going to do that piece first since it's not actually part of the design, and I honestly am afraid I'm going to lose one little tiny piece. So I've separated my colors. Yeah, I can't get a hold of this very well. It's so miniature. And by the way, these pieces, just so you know, in the Gopher and the card I just showed you, everything was cut as it came into Cricut Design Space. I didn't change any sizes just because, as you can see, this little tiny yellow piece here, it is maybe 1/8 of an inch wide, if that. I'm thinking it's more like 1/8 of an inch long, if that. It's just very, very tiny, so I didn't try to make anything smaller. Even parts of the bow are very, very tiny, so that's why I just went with that. And the card, I actually made 2 of them, just different sentiments, but they're 5x7 cards, and I do that when the design is quite small. So, when the design is quite intricate, I do bigger cards, because the Gopher itself is nearly it's just over 5 inches tall, so you could do a 6x6 card too. I just decided to go with this. I'm trying, and it's not working very well, but trying to keep my cards fairly flat. So all right, let's get started. I'm hoping my glue will cooperate. I have 3 fine tip points, the metal points for my art glitter glue, and all 3 of them are gunked up. I think part of it might be the cold weather. It could be the humidity. I don't know. I just took them off, and I have to go get try some Goo Gone or maybe some acetone or something to try to see if I can get them cleared up. But let's get started. I'll gab enough, I'm sorry. Okay, so you have with your flower a piece that's attached at the bottom, very precariously, but it's attached. Then you have 2 other leaves. And now I'll teach you a little trick about these leaves that I learned halfway through putting my other ones together. I kind of remembered, and then after looking at these, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember now. The most curved part of the leaves goes toward the flower. So if you don't do that, no one will ever know because there's so many leaves you won't notice it. But anyway, you have this little tiny piece. I put that on first. And there are 3 points to the flower. The tulip part, this goes in the middle. I don't know if it matters if it goes the long point, if it goes up or down. I'm putting it so the short part of the point is toward the top, just because when I put the flowers on the leaf petals, it'll cover everything well. I always put the right petal in on first. I don't know if there's a preference which one overlaps. You can lay them on there and see what you like better. It's up to you. Excuse my fingers and my hands if they get in the way. I do apologize. I'm trying to get used to a little bit different setup here. I have wonderful windows and I will have much better lighting. It just happens to be fairly early and the sun hasn't come around all the way yet, so apologize for if it's a little bit dark. I'm doing the best I can with lighting right now. I'm, like I said, still kind of getting everything all completely set up. Okay, so then my other one, and these pretty much go on straight. They don't have to be exactly perfect. And then that little green piece right here at the very bottom, it just looks like it's, you know, kind of part of the flower. You usually have a leaf or something at the bottom. So, but that's the tulip. I think they're really pretty. I just really amazed. I'm going to do these next, and I put these, let me see, I don't remember how I did this. It's been a few days. Yeah, I'll put these on next. Again, there's a straighter edge and a more curved edge. I put the more curved edge in toward the flower. And I put it so it goes, I only put glue at the base, but I put it so it overlaps the petals some. You can put more glue up at the top. I just figure by the time it gets put on, and then I can kind of curl my leaves around how I want. I don't need all of that. But it's a totally personal preference. I don't know what is keeping these two together. I can't begin to tell you, because honestly, it's just like a hairline there that the two of them are together. It's kind of crazy. And then I put these here. Now when excuse my reach, I apologize. I duplicated when I cut these out when I did my first set, and I don't know what I did or if it was something I missed, but that set of leaves that's attached, my flower stem doesn't want to stay down. I was missing one set. I only had 9, and I think it was, and I should have had 10. I don't know. Anyway, I was missing one, so hopefully you'll have enough when you cut them out. Now I'm gonna just do something I told you I hadn't done, but because this is so precarious on here, I'm putting glue on the 2 petal sides. I will probably use this on a different card somewhere, so by the time I use it, it'll be broken apart. But that's the little tulip. Very simple. I think you can see, I kind of separated my colors out, and I do that when I'm working with paper piecing, especially a new one, because I don't know what goes where. So I'm going to put some of my other smaller pieces together, and then I'll come back and finish everything as it goes. But I do this a lot just because I'm never quite sure what I'm doing here. I'm going to work on the bow next. Just need to move this around a little bit. Again, same with the tulip leaves on the flowers, or excuse me, on the bow. You have a straighter side and a curved side. You should have 2 of these. and then you'll have two smaller ones, again, straighter and curved. We're going to work with the large ones first. The curved side is going to go to the outside of the bow. This is what makes this bow more three-dimensional, if you will. It really looks strange at first, and I just kept looking at the first one I did, and I thought, this is so wrong. Put it all together, let it sit, look at it from a little bit of a distance, you will see how it works. I also, this design, cut two approximately this size in white. I still don't know what they are for unless they go behind this. I didn't use them, I just discarded them. So if you see that, and I don't know what it was, so, but it just goes right up here, and it's giving you the look of the, I used the Swiss Dots Cuttlebug or embossing folder. Will be forever Cuttlebug folders, because that's what I got my first embossing machine years ago. Anyway, it's to look like it's the inside of the bow. So, and after you get everything put together and look at it from a distance, you can tell it really does all come together. But at first it just didn't look right to me. These little points do get covered up by the circle on the inside. So, and I did not, as you can see, run those through the Cuttlebug or through the embossing machine. Oh boy, it's early morning, definitely. Now these little pieces, I also put the curved side to the outside here. So they'll go like the curved side is going right here along the edge. Hope that made sense. If you can't see me for a minute off camera, I'm putting glue on. I wanted this fairly close up so you could maybe see better what I was doing. And then this piece. And maybe because this is, the ink on the outside of this pink is a little bit darker, maybe that's why I can see it better, that it's the inside of the bow. So, you know, like even from, I'm only just a short distance looking at it, maybe from my head to the table, not even a foot difference, and I can see that it looks like it's supposed to be the inside of the bow. So that's done. I want to set that aside. And I'm going to put the pocket on the little overalls here. And the pocket had two little yellow pieces to go here. I don't cut those tiny little things. I'm going to use liquid pearls. So the bow is done. I'm going to put the flower together, the daisy. This will take a minute to kind of put together. I had this laid out last night when I cut this and inked it. And we'll see if it all goes together like I hope. Because the picture on the computer is always a little bit different than with the actual finished piece. Now, none of that gets glued together, okay? You have your, I can't hold on to things. You have your centerpiece that's going to go on. That's what's holding it together. So I'm just putting glue along the whole edge. I'm going to try to hold those so they don't move on me. And pop that on. Just want to give it a minute to grab. And there's your flower. And I'm going to leave the stem and leaves. There's two leaves that go on. I'm going to leave those off for now. That part you wouldn't have if you're doing the daisy with the tulips, okay? Just kind of let you know what's going on there. Okay, now we're going to work on the Gopher itself. For this piece yet, I use art glitter glue. For the rest of it, some of it I use my Beacon 3-in-1, just because they're larger pieces and easier to move around a little bit if I need to. Now, this is the piece that hadn't been showing anywhere. This is the part of what you need to put everything together. So for this piece, the first things you do, if you've done Doodlebug Designs files, this is similar. I do the ears and the feet first. And I use my art glitter glue, or excuse me, my Beacon glue again, just so I have extra time to get it going. And bear with me a moment. I have such a mess here. Well, somewhere in this, here, excuse me, mess, I was going to say, I have a pen that I've been using for my caps of my art glitter glue, so, all right. And I pick mine up and move it around a little bit just to make sure I've got it as close to there. I just had to move it down a little bit, but as close to being matching up the background, the shadow piece, as I can. I hope everyone is doing well. My crazy family has all recovered. Now it's allergy season for one of the kids. I feel so bad for him. I remember what that was like. I have not had very few problems with any of that. It's been wonderful. Just about a year now. I feel like I don't know, and I'm still in a fog. I think part of that is just everything going on in life right now, but in a lot of my medicine, but that I can deal with. Okay, these ears, as you can see, this threw me off so bad when I first did it. I'm like, what are these pieces? They look like they could be feet. Nope, they don't fit. Finally it dawned on me, oh, they're ears. And if you've ever done ears, some ears, they barely come to the base of the head where the head will cover. These are nice because they do completely encompass and are covered by the head. So yeah, I really liked that feature of it. Because like I said, yeah, some of them it's a kind of a guesswork, and then to try to get them to match up. And you don't have to use this background piece. For me, I find it very helpful though to be able to put everything together. I'm going to put these little ovals for his ears in. Get some glue on. Since I have the Beacon out, I'm just going to keep using that because I need it for the head and the body. So now I put the ears at a little bit of it, you know, so they're fitting in the oval part of the ear. I don't put them straight up and down. I follow the design of the ear, so I turn it a little bit so I can get it in there. That sometimes it's hard for me to describe. It's better to show you what I'm doing. I don't know. I will be having a couple project shares. Some things are very difficult for me because I don't know what I'm doing until I actually, start putting things together. So, And I have one of those projects here. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with it. I need to finish it, and I just am not sure. So it's sitting here. I worked on it yesterday. Took me most of the morning to figure out how I was going to put it together, what I was going to be doing exactly, and then the rest of the day to do the paper piece and all of that. So for me, it's the left side. When I look at it, there's a little bit of an indentation there, and I have a strong suspicion it is for, oh no, it's not. I thought maybe it was for this, for the, because her overalls or her apron part, but it's not. Now, last time I made a bit of a mistake, and I didn't put the apron on first. And so I had to lift her head back up. So this time I'm going to remember to put the apron on first, because I want the little tops of her apron covered. And it's easier for me to use art glitter glue on this. This was actually a refill bottle I got, but my other bottle had gotten so bad. So I just put the tip on this. Well, now obviously the tip is not doing too good, so I'm trying to get this fairly straight without the head being there to guide me. Okay, now we can put the head on. And yeah, the arms go behind the body, so we don't need those anywhere in here yet. Thinking out loud, obviously. Okay. A lot of the face I drew on freehand. It doesn't, the mouthpiece comes, and the eyes and the nose. And the rest I just looked at the picture and did it. So I will definitely show you how I did all that, but you do not have to follow how I did it. You can do it as you wish. Now, okay, I'm not going to reach to get my bone folder, so I'm just going to use my Cricut spatula. I'm going to set her aside a little bit. I had to put the bow on toward the very end. Next, what I'm going to show you is the two eyes. As you can see, they curve in toward the middle. You won't be able to see those probably when I lay them down, but I will show you here in a minute. The blacks of the eyes, both pieces. Look at the other one. Okay, let's see. So they both curve in also. So when you do this, you want to make sure you get your eyes to curve in. And let me put my glue lid back on, because I don't need this anymore right now. I can get my other glue bottle out, and I'll put the eyes on. And I have to hold these up because I like to get them as straight. And I match them up at the bottom and then on that curved side. So that's about as close to the bottom as I can get. I'm a little bit off there. Nothing like being particular, right? I'll tell you this, I did this set last night and I had it all inked and everything. I got the sentiment for the card, had everything ready. Well, good grief, I got up this morning, I was going to do this video and I couldn't find my little baggie for my stuff. I looked everywhere, I'm scouring. Finally I thought, you know, I did the sentiment lasts. Maybe I put it back in the stamp drawer where I keep my stamps. Sure enough, that's where it was. Now, don't ask me why, but I'm going to show you this way because it's not together. The white piece and the black piece, they go and they will match up. If I can line this up better for you, but they'll match up like that. So they, I think I've got a good enough hold on this to glue. No, I wondered. The only thing is the glue comes out more, a lot more on this tip, but it works. Okay, I know you can't see this. I have to do it this way. I apologize, and then I will show you better when I get done. So there's the mouthpiece. I don't know about you can see that. Lay that aside for now. And then you have your nose piece. So what I do, I do not glue anything down yet, okay? Because we're gonna do some, sorry, I forgot. I do pencil work first. I don't trust that I can draw freehand by myself. So I do pencil first so I can erase it. But for the face, make sure I'm in focus. Okay, I lay the mouth on because if you look at the picture, there's a little tiny piece between the mouth and the nose. It's a little black mark. Pencil. My pencil wasn't, lead wasn't down all the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. I forget that. Okay. I put this fairly down a ways, almost to the bottom, because there's a lot to go up yet. So, but first of all, and I'm gonna do I draw the teeth in too, so there's just a straight line between the teeth. Well, okay, so my teeth, you know, her teeth are gonna be a little bit crooked. From that top, I just draw 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, let's say 3/16, you know. Then the nose goes in. And again, I just going to lay it here, okay? Now come the eyes. These will get glued down. So I want to leave this all here so I have a place of, so I know where I'm putting my eyes and everything. Okay. The mouth can go away. It's good. We know where it's going. It's the eyes that I want to lift up this a little bit. I put it almost to the middle and I curve it down just a hair, hardly at all. And the other eye, I think the left one is hard for me because I'm right-handed. Sort of hold everything. Yeah, I'm gonna move this away. I'm not gonna stick this down too much. Be the corner. I'm gonna bring the nose back in. This way I can move it the slightest bit. Okay, so we don't need the nose and the mouth for a bit. I detail the eyes now first before I go any further, okay? It's hard to do it if you don't. So first of all, I'm going to work on the right eye because it's the driest. I just use, this is a Micron 02 pen in black. I'm just going, because this is a big amount of eye, I'm doing the whole eye. I will do the bottom in a moment, okay? I'll show you why. Can't talk and do this very well. See, I mess up. All right, I'll put some eyebrows on. We are not putting much for eyelashes. Oh, sorry for the big sigh. I got rudely awoke yesterday morning when my breathing machine quit and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't breathe. Oh, our electricity had gone out. Gee. Okay, this is going to form the cheek, oddly enough. So what I do is start at the inside and go around and keep going. And you can make it, I just curve downwards. Don't have to go a long way. It'll form itself. It'll just work itself all out. I need a little bit more. This pen's quite dry, so I'm having a struggle. I should have used my other pen. Then I do a short, and then I do a long. That's all I'm doing for eyelashes, okay? I just want to get this. So again, I'm going to come out with the short and a long. I want these a little more pronounced. Okay, so you can see the face starting to form in the cheeks. Now I come back on. I'm going to put the nose on. The nose actually goes above the eyes. So, get that in. That's how I put my nose on. I put it just a little bit above the eyes. And I want the point of the nose down there to match up with that pencil line I made. And then I'll come back with my black pen and put that mark in there. And then I'll put my mouth in. And I will come back with on my mouth and put that, where I put the pencil line for his teeth, I will draw a black mark, but I want that to line up with the black mark. And try to get that fairly straight on there. If you're good at drawing, which I am not, you don't have to use the pencil marks. I just learned the hard way. Okay, now I'm going to come in and finish the face. I'm going to do my cheeks first, and I'll do my eyes and stuff. And I come in fairly close by the nose, under that curved down line for the blush or the chalk for the cheeks. If you get on the nose, it's fine. If you get on the eyes, it's fine. It can be fixed. It can just be erased. In fact, I'm going to come in. I do see I have a little bit there. Sorry, you can see the camera bumping a little bit. I apologize. Hard for me not to because it's quite an arm in. Okay, so then we come in. I know how to paintbrush. I'm using my Pan Pastels, and this is Burnt Sienna. And I'm taking my old paintbrush, because this is such a big piece, big eye area, and I just come in as if I would with black and go around the eyes. And again, I might have to come back and erase some of it. I'm kind of, this paintbrush is really in bad health. It's all flared out, and for this kind of work, it's I probably should throw it away, but for large areas it still works. I can manage. I don't know how much the camera is picking up of the chalk that I'm doing. It does show quite a bit in real life. If you don't have this, if you have any kind of a brown ink, or excuse me, brown chalk, you know, might consider that. Or if you have colored pencils, you might want to kind of do a light shading with that. That's an option. I don't know that I would use a marker. It'd be kind of dark, but, and again, not something you have to do here. I'm just kind of trying to soften this out now. But it does add quite a depth to it, so, okay. And there is some black, yet marking, black chalk left on that brush, so you get a little bit of the bit darker, but that's fine. Just kind of trying to even those out. But anyway, we will finish. I am way too particular, I realize, when I do these, so I'm just doing the eyes, and I just do a little bit bigger circle and then a little dot. In the nose, we'll just do that, and we'll come back in with some white chalk in a little bit. Now, I'm going to see once, I'm going to use a different color marker to detail her overalls a little bit like I did the other one, because white won't show up very well here at all. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this little critter finished. Now the arms, you have the two pieces. The fatter one at the top, this one goes on, will be her left. Well, I guess when you look at it, it's on the left side. The other one, I'm only putting a little bit of glue like this because I want it to curve out a little bit to hold the flower. I got too much glue back, yeah. Okay, and then, excuse me, this one, it's a little bit more difficult. She's gonna have a paw on here, down here. So I try to get this, and I put it where you can. The top curve is harder for me to get, and I tried doing it, flipping it around, doing it this way. I didn't work either. So I'm just kind of, I didn't need glue up there. It'll dry clear. I'm going to come back and quick finish my flower here. Put my leaves on. I'm just putting a little bit of glue. I think I want this to come from the back, now that I think about it. Nothing like can't make up my mind. Yeah. Much better. Okay. So just kind of putting it here. I'm going to have to bring in my card a moment to see how it's on. Oh shoot, I lost my flower or my stem. drops. I have to see how it fits on my card base. So I know she goes over here more. And make sure I have room. Okay. So this, excuse my reach, my paw, I'm just making sure I have room for everything. Okay. Flower. Forgot what I was looking for. Hello. We're good. Now you know the method to my madness and why things take me so incredibly long to do. But I gotta have everything exact, precise, so I still am able to finish her, what do you call it, her little overalls there. That's fine. I can work around that. I should have done that first, but why would I do everything right the first time? Okay, we're just gonna put some glue here. And I'm done with her cheeks, so I'm gonna press it, put a little glue underneath here. Or a lot of glue, depending upon how you want to look at it. All right, let's go ahead and finish her off now. We've got, I'm gonna do the whites first. Let me get that done. I'm using white pan pastels. It's titanium white. Let's do a little bit in her eyes. Buff that out. Okay, I come in and do a little bit in here, and I try to get it buffed out as much as I can so it's not real noticeable. I might need that yet, so I'm going to wait a little bit. And was I going to do something? Oh, my mind is not focusing, obviously. I think I'm using a white or pink marker. Yeah, this can be hot pink, but that's okay. And then I'm just coming along here, and I'm going to come down a little bit and do some little stitch marks right in there. Obviously this would have been smarter to do before I had the flower on, but I forgot about it, and so it's all good. Still doable. Then let's put her little bow on. You could pop this up if you want. You know, in fact, I think if I can find, yeah, I had a couple little pieces, or I've just a little square left, and that's all I need. It's kind of cute too. So I'm just putting some foam here. Just giving that a moment to dry. For some reason, art glitter glue doesn't dry as fast on foam. Beacon does have glue formulated for poster board and foam. My sister found me a bunch at Dollar Tree, I think. I'm almost positive that's where she said she got it. So, yeah. Okay, that's done, and pause. We should probably put her little paws on there. And so this protrudes out a little bit so you can see for her little, supposed to be like a thumb or fingers, I don't know. We'll just put that on like that. This one will cover good. Put it up like that. And I will do a little bit of highlighting. If you want to stick around, I'll be putting my flower together shortly. My flower, I'm working on my flower, my card. Goodness, don't mind me, right? And otherwise, that is my finished little gopher. Other than some detailing here, so. Sorry, I'm just not good at doing this and talking, so I apologize. I'm going to be coming back in and doing some more detailing here a little bit. Now I'm using my burnt sienna chalk just to kind of give her a little bit of more dimension. And I think I can work this a little bit here on her paws. Not much, I just do a little bit. Make it more pronounced. And I don't have my colored pencils out, which I'm not going to go get either because they're a bit away. But let's see. I'm not sure. I'm going to work on the green leaves. I'm just not sure what color I want in there. I'm going to go with 2. So I haven't done a lot for Easter this year. I will show you the few things I have done, spring and Easter related, and I'll share a little bit of a how-to on one of them, but we're not sure what we're doing for Easter this year just because it's early and it could be, we could have a snowstorm like we normally do Easter, so I don't know, I talked to my sister, she's just not sure what to plan even. It's just kind of hard. And even if it's the end of April, we could still have a snowstorm, so we never know till, right before. So I just am not doing much for anybody this year. I'm doing something for one of my great nieces, and that's about it. Just a little candy box I made her. Again, just finishing up with some detail work here. All completely how you want to interpret it or what you want to do with it. I don't have a lot of glitter and paper and stuff, so I might have done her bow and glitter, but anyway, I'm going to come on after I get her put on my card. I'll put her little dots on her overalls or her dress, because I will have the liquid pearls everywhere. You have no idea. I don't know what I do, but I make a mess. Okay, this sentiment can't see it, I'm sorry. This sentiment was given to me. It's a part of a stamp set I got from Kim Ferguson. And I use these stamps so much. There are several different stamps in this set. I'm not sure where she got them, but I absolutely love them. I use them all the time. I'm gonna get my beacon back out just because then I don't have, my paper doesn't warp. And this card, for what you can see of it, I'm sorry, it's 5x7. I just use paper for my stash, put the little strip in the middle, use the white to break it up some. I'm trying to keep my cards, sometimes I use a card sketch, sometimes I just keep them very, very simple. And either way works for me. I just want to keep this simple because I thought the paper was so pretty. The paper is actually, the top piece, the flowered piece, is from a baby stack from possibly Cartabella. I don't know if it was Echo Park or Cartabella. And then the bottom piece is from Simple Stories. I think it's a very old piece, just micro dots or mini dots, I don't know. And then this pink piece in the middle is also from a baby stack, but that might have been or Echo Park, I don't know. One of the two, that or Cartabella. Just know that's what was in my stash. But that all on. This sentiment is stamped up, and what I do, I actually did 2 different sentiments. I wasn't sure which one would fit, but this one actually fits a little better on my card. And I started just using a black marker and running around the outside of the piece instead of always putting it on another piece of paper. Not really any reason other than sometimes it can, every little bit adds up for postage. So, and this being a bigger card, I probably wouldn't have mattered because it'll probably need extra postage anyway. But that is, I'm going to try to zoom out. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to shake that again. Yeah, I can't zoom out anymore. Apologize. I will get a picture of it though at the end to share with you the final card. But thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please be sure to leave a comment. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And before I let you go, I just looked at the liquid pearls, which was sitting by the glue here, and realized, oh yeah, we got to put our little buttons on. And again, not something you have to do. I'm leaving that one off because it's covered up by the leaf. So anyway, now I am finished. And again, thank you all very much. Have an awesome day.